it's about vision. It's about leading and creating a vision for the people that are following you. And that is the one thing I've always taken from that, and the one thing that we did well when we were building Tap Out was that we created a vision around what we were doing, and people came. They helped us find our dream because we created this vision.
No. Ooh, that's better, right, babe?
Yeah!
Yeah. She founded an architectural concrete company.
He founded a $100 million clothing company.
She took the world by storm as a social media star.
He took the world by storm as a famous serial entrepreneur.
Together we started a business.
And had babies.
Now we're figuring out the best ways to do both.
Join us as we learn from other entrepreneurs going through the same life struggles.
As they share their life hacks about success, love, kids.
And everything in between.
Success is having the freedom to do what matters most with the people who matter most. Quote by John Maxwell. If I win at work and lose at home, I lost everything. Quote by Crystal Evans Horst.
Hey guys, welcome back for another great episode of the Entrepreneur Parents Pretty and Punk podcast. My name is Dan Caldwell, and I'm sitting next to the beautiful love of my life,
iLdiKo Ferenczi, and welcome back to the show where success is redefined and legacy is built at home.
you just got these one-liners today. What are all these? Okay.
You're making fun of me?
You're right.
I'm on a roll.
I'm not saying you're
Stop.
not wrong. We're redefining what winning looks like, and that's what this podcast is all about. And we got a podcast that's right in our wheelhouse. It's exactly what this podcast was built for. And my wife has got one-liners today. So that's great. No, keep throwing them. I like them. They made me smile a little bit, but they were good. Throw it again. You got any more? Okay, well, let's before we get into that, let's jump into this real quick. Hey guys, we hope you're enjoying today's episode of the Pretty and Punk podcast. And if you are, and you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. It just takes a second. It means so much to us because it really helps the podcast get out there to more listeners like you guys. And if you know anybody it might help and you can send it to them, we really appreciate that too.
We also love and appreciate your reviews. Even the babies look forward to them every day. If you share this episode on social media today, don't forget to tag us. We want to celebrate you because we know it's not easy being a parent in business, and the way that you juggle things makes you a superhero. That's worth a shout out. Together, we have a community of our personal followers as well, and we just want to put it out there. We want to show everybody that this juggle is possible, and you are our family, and we're so proud and grateful to have you a part of this family. So don't forget, all the links are below in the show notes, and thank you again, and let's get back to the show. I'd like to speak to your heart today. To those who are quietly wondering if chasing their dream is worth the distance that it's creating at home. Now think about this, or to the one that's holding everything together while their spouse's success feels like they're becoming a stranger in the marriage. And maybe even to those that have built so much success yet feel so alone at the end of the day. And let me tell you the truth that most people won't. Real success does not require sacrificing the people that you love. Somewhere along the way, and don't feel bad because we were all sold a lie of hustle, that building your dream means pushing your family aside until you make it, and that they'll understand that one day you'll explain everything that you've been, doing quietly by yourself. But the truth is that they won't understand. And every moment lost You can't buy that back with the successful money that you made in the bank account. Friend, listen, success it's not a trophy. It's not a number in the bank account. It's the look in your child's eyes when they know they matter, when you have that connection. And it's a trust in your spouse's voice when they know that you're in this together, not on your own. So if your children don't feel you and your spouse doesn't know you, that's not success. I don't care what anybody says. And I feel like so many people are in this place and they're not talking about it, but they're just flashing the success button and the success sign. And that's a life built for strangers clapping that really won't even, I mean, maybe they'll come to your funeral. Maybe they won't even, who knows? But here's the hope. You don't have to keep running this way. You can stop today. You can redefine what winning is going to look like for your family, because real success doesn't ask you to leave your family behind. That's the lie that we've been sold. You can invite them in, and success, I mean, in our family, in our community, we believe that it invites your family in, that it's built together, and it's handed down as a legacy, not just a memory. And this is something that I'm asking you to bravely ask yourself, what are you really building? And who are you building it for? This may be a hard pill to swallow, a hard question to ask yourself. But if you're finding yourself in this moment where so many in our community have found themselves before they did the pivot or before they decided to build something together because they were on separate journeys and separate goals, this is something you need to ask yourself today.
Yeah, it's something that may not. I mean, I think I believed the same thing. I was going through it too. I was going to be the provider and the person protecting, and I saw so many people.
But
sometimes
you still are.
Living it.
You are.
No, I am, and I have to be the leader too.
Yeah, of course.
As a leader, here's the thing. And I was trying to figure out exactly how I was going to say this, because sometimes it's so hard to explain. We try to, people will push back a lot because they're like, well, I'm working at my job and I'm providing for my family. But we've seen so many people come home
selfishly leading, right?
Well, I don't know that it's selfish necessarily, but it's the only way they know.
Right. Yeah,
that's
a good point.
They're putting their best foot forward. They're providing for their family. They're doing the right thing. The problem is that you turn around 10 years later, or as soon as the kids get out of the house, and all of a sudden you realize you don't have a marriage.
And also, not even that, you've grown apart, you're strangers, kids don't know you, but then they have no life skills. Right. We'll get into this a little later.
I just think that there's so much benefits that come from this.
Yes.
And just if I can go back to my, the roots of building my business on my own, here's part of what I did learn from that time period is that when we were building this company, this clothing company, I built a 100-seat movie theater inside this office and in our offices, because I wanted to bring people in there so that we could, and it was built and it looked like this amazing Roman Colosseum. It had a chariot as a pedestal in the front. It had lions up in this cage up in literally it looked like a Roman Colosseum, and it was crazy. It had brick on the wall. It looked like it was from the 2,000 years ago. It was this crazy look. And I remember somebody coming to me in my office like, how much are you spending on this? Like, why did you feel like you had to build it this way? And I said, because it's about vision. It's about leading and creating a vision for the people that are following you. And that is the one thing I've always taken from that, and the one thing that we did well when we were building Tap Out was that we created a vision around what we were doing, and people came. They helped us find our dream because we created this vision. And what I realized now in what we're doing with our family is that is what we need to do as leaders, as men. We need to create a vision for our family that we're all on this mission together. We're about to take on the world. We're going to create something great that's going to change the world. It may not change the world on this huge scale, but it's going to change the world.
You don't know. And that's what our audience doesn't know.
We may touch that one person that touches a billion.
Right. Exactly.
And so we're building this change in the world, and we may just save one marriage. We may save thousands of marriages. Yeah. We may save hundreds of thousands of marriages. But our goal here, our life here, and we tell our kids every single day that we're here to change the world.
And the way that people look at things.
And we got to lead with vision.
Right.
We have to lead with vision. So that's our job as men. And we bring our family with us in a way. And maybe it may look different for different people. Some people are going to be lucky enough
you may not
to
be
have
there
a family.
yet.
Yeah, you may not be there yet.
But then you may have a company and you're like, or you decide,
I'm not bringing my family in
how
on this vision.
Is my wife not my
going.
Business partner? She's so smart. Every time I have these conversations with her at home, I need to bring her into the business. I need to bring the children into the business. I need to give them age-appropriate tasks to do so that they can understand what I'm building here, what we, I don't even want to use the word what we're building here, what our goal is. What do we stand for as a family? What is our goal as a family? What are we trying to accomplish as a family? Because the numbers don't matter. At the end of the day, the numbers don't matter. Yes, you need food on the table. You need to be able to provide, and that's important. But sometimes we get a little skewed about the leadership role, and it becomes selfish, and it becomes about the man and what he wants, when really leading is putting everybody else's good above our own as men. And what is it that our children need? What is it that our wives need? And waking them up saying, listen, you're incredible at this. You're incredible at dealing with people. I lose my temper. I would like to just do a trial run for 3 months or 2 months, and let's see what we can do, having you in my company or in the business, or even just trying something on the side. If you have a business that you're doing a 9 to 5 and you've fallen upon this podcast and our community, and you really have big dreams to do something great with your family. You're not there yet, but you can start this thing on the side, and you can start feeling what that's like. Because let's face it, just how long ago everybody had the farm? We talk about this all the time. They had farms, they had different businesses where the entire family was included. And that's how it was. It wasn't the modern mission of separating and then dating your...
And there's so many benefits from this too, because...
You're Andy.
Yeah, you don't end up at a Coldplay concert.
Stop it. Stop it. I
we
promise
can't stop
we would
with this
never.
thing.
I'm so sad about it, but I can't help it.
It's
don't.
No.
Don't let that be the legacy.
I mean, don't. Jeez. And I mean, here's the thing. There's so many benefits that come from it. We just see so many benefits, and we try. I mean, we want to convey our excitement about it because we know it's possible. We're seeing so many couples do it now. Couples that we know and that worked with us and that we're close to, and people that we don't know. We're just seeing so many people do it. We're like, there's
an awakening right now.
There is an awakening,
and not to bring it up one more time, but perhaps this, the Kiss Cam. It's another awakening, reminding people, listen, be with the person that you love. Bring that communication and that excitement and building something together with your spouse, and keep that that fire going. I'm telling you that it's so exciting to bounce these ideas off my husband, and I see it in his eyes too. And then letting the children bring their ideas and just getting blown away even when they were little babies. I remember starting the show. We had other businesses too. We had the collectible, and he was doing age appropriate things and memorizing quotes from the leaders and entrepreneurs that we were framing their quotes, and he'd want to know, what does that say? He was so involved, and we let him be involved. We didn't throw him on a device, have him sit in the corner and get out of our hair. No, we brought him in, and as soon as we had his sister, she was involved. We were doing the podcast.
I mean, even now we have a podcast, but we bring them in, and we brought them in, and the
since they were babies,
the benefit of that is that we kept bringing them in, and they were around it so much they wanted to create their own podcast, and now they have this amazing top 10 podcast on Apple. Entrepreneur Kids Legacy Show. If you haven't listened to it, you got to put your kids on this. It really is that good. Check it out. Yes. Entrepreneur Kids Legacy Show.
Yes, I agree with that, with the shameless plug, mister. But what I'm saying is it doesn't have to be the podcast. You may have an actual product that you've created. And I said, let them name the next product that you come out with. Perhaps it's a cosmetic line, whatever it is. But I feel that people are just getting so lost in this building alone, and they want so desperately to create something as a family.
And that's why anything. It could be anything. Like you said, it doesn't, I mean, that's what we're trying to stress, is that so many people are like, well, I don't really have a kid's product. It's not for, it could be real estate.
It doesn't matter.
You involve your kids in the real estate business.
I was involved in all our family businesses.
I mean, you got to introduce them to whatever you're doing, and you can create ideas as a family. And the benefits from this are they're unmeasured. You can't even measure them all. I mean, the fact that you're going to be hopefully the idea is when you're not trying to strangle your spouse, it's bringing you closer.
That's awful.
Because sometimes you do get
okay, well, I didn't know that, but I don't feel that about you.
But here's the... Okay, now I sound like the bad guy here.
He is the bad guy.
I was trying to create a funny moment here.
Stop.
But it's
really scary.
Listen, it not only does it bring you closer with your spouse, and you guys get excited together. It's fun to get excited together about that stuff. It kind of reminds me of like the person who just... there's the guy that just sends flowers, and then there's the guy that takes his wife on the hill, and
they pick the flowers together.
And it's that type of relationship.
Well, because
that's how much better
success stories today, I hate it. They're built around one person, one dream, one name in lights, and then their families just kind of scraggling around in the background.
Learn so much from it. I mean, the kids who are watching this from the outside looking in, but then they're brought into this and they become a part of it. They're excited for everything that we're doing. They're excited for everything that they're doing.
Yeah.
And then now they become a part of it.
Right.
And everybody's working together. And it's like, I just think that family time that you get in those conversations, the family meetings that we have are just there. It's just what this life is supposed to be about, I believe. In my heart of hearts, this is what it's about. This is what we should be doing.
Before you reach for that coffee, consider this. What if the energy boost you're looking for isn't in your cup, but in your cells? I challenge you to swap your morning coffee for Shilajit by Symbiotica. And here's what can happen. No crash, no jitters, just clean, sustained energy, plus mental clarity and trace minerals that our bodies actually need, that are actually starving for, to be honest. This isn't just a supplement. It's an ancient adaptogen sourced from the Himalayas that supports mitochondrial function, stamina, and overall vitality. Your coffee never did that. Okay, let's just be honest. Try it for a week and tell me your body doesn't thank you. Symbiotica's Shilajit is next level wellness, and honestly, you may never go back to drinking coffee. Click the link below down in the bio and get your Shilajit today. Right, and I like that because this single, it avoids that whole whole one person having the trophies. Well, therapists describe it as identity-centered achievement, where your worth is tied up to what you build. And the problem is you're going to lose in the process because it has that collateral damage, and that's hitting your family. So you can avoid all of that. And, that selfish success and that we were talking about, it truly, truly does isolate you. And as Dan was saying, all those things that you could be doing, it's going to build your family, not weaken it and bust it down. So it's not just about you. And I know that that's not a good feeling. That's an empty feeling, because I feel like I was a little lost. Like we were both a little bit lost when we were trying to figure out, well, what can we do that we can build together? And it's funny because divine intervention really threw us into a spot that we didn't expect. And that's the blessing. That's where the beautiful moments happen. And I love speaking with other people in our community where they fall into something. Perhaps it's creating a cereal because a child had an illness, or they were healing from some kind of illness, one of the parents. And it's just, you come up with this product that helped your family, and you know that it's going to help other families. And it's not just this, just that idea. Remember, we were just watching that golf player?
No, the guy that was speaking about.
I'm going to change the subject here.
Family,
so it was really interesting because he said, I trained for this my whole life. And I practice for it, and it does feel amazing, but it lasts a few minutes and then it's done. And then I feel empty. Don't quote me on the exact words, but he's like, the thing that brings me the true feeling of fullness and success and love and purpose is being a father and being involved with my family and having that relationship with my family. I don't know what they do exactly to strengthen the bond. I don't really watch golf, but I just thought it was so beautiful. And it's like, finally, there really is an awakening where people are sharing this stuff. And he said, right now, it's not a problem in my family, but if it was ever taking me out of my main focus of building my family and becoming being an incredible father and husband, that would be the last day I ever golf again. And I feel like that's the mindset. That's that loneliness. That's that emptiness where you have this hunger. I want to build together with my family. My spouse is my best friend, and my children, to me, they're my best little friends. And I love being around my family, and I love building with them.
You're honestly, your kids, there's a limited time that they're going to be in your house. There's
and you want to give them all the tools, and you want to have all the connection.
How long are they a toddler? 2 to 3, 4 years.
Depressing.
And then they're all of a sudden this big kid running around, and
you can't miss it. You're going to
miss that time. No, you can't get it back
because you can't interrupt their life either. You can't be the needy dad or the needy. Like, you got to let them. You prepare them. While they're children, you spend all the time with them. You enjoy the holidays. You enjoy everything, because after, here's the sad part, you give them all the tools to fly away, and create their own life. So this is the wake up. This is the importance.
Some of the great entrepreneurs build a business that their kids take over, and they get to keep working with them for the rest of their life.
Bongo. There you go.
So you guys are working on this. I mean, I've seen some.
Did you hear my one-liner? Bingo bongo. Here we go.
Is that what we're using now?
Let's go.
Okay.
Bingo.
What's Daniel and Destiny's? Yeppity yeppity. It's like,
yeppity deputy.
I don't know where you guys come up with this stuff. Yeppity deputy.
Bingo bongo. Let's go.
So let's ask ourselves here. What do they do? Because this is. a lot of people are going to be listening. They're going to be like, fine and dandy, but I got a job.
Well, let's get some practical tactics to break the chains, because we got to break this mindset.
What am I going to do?
We got to break
I got this job. I've been here for 20 years. And, I love my family, but I have to work this job because I got to bring home the bacon and pay the bills. And
well, here's some practical steps. Why don't we schedule family wins before business wins? And if it's not on your calendar, it's not a priority. So you need to put these things on your calendar. I'm talking about the people that aren't there yet, that aren't building the business. You need to put these times that are important on your calendar, because I'm telling you, the week's going to swoop by. It's going to swoop by again. It's going to swoop by, and you're going to swoop the entire year by. So start scheduling family wins, whatever that means to your family, but doing something together, building something together. Now, we talk about this a lot, our shared goals. Build something small together. It could be a savings challenge. I mean, we have so many different goals, but
it's almost like a mini business. It's something that you guys are just doing together.
Yeah. And as I said, let your kids name your next product. If you have a business, make them a part of it, whatever it is. If they can't be a part of the business yet, then do something on the side. And then maybe,
no, but the side could be the business.
Well,
lots of times
of
people have
course.
other things going on, and they haven't figured that out yet, how they're going to, maybe they're going to retire early or whatever they're going to do.
Right. But these are the conversations. You have to first spark the conversations. You talk about your goals. You're going to talk about your strong points as a father or the man of the house, the leader of the house. What are your strong points? What are your spouse's, your wife's strong points? What are your children's strong points? Daniel's very creative. Destiny's really authoritative. She's very brave. They just have different things that they bring to the table. I bring different things to the table. You bring different things to the table. And some things parallel,
I'll tell you,
but many things are
different.
different.
In another life, like here's a couple things that my wife would never let me do, but I would totally do if I could get away with it, if it made enough money. But here's some great ideas. Here's something. I would be like a full-time, like with my whole family. We'd all have metal detectors and we'd be out on the beach looking for treasure.
But there's a business in that.
And that's
there
what
is
I mean.
a business
there
in
is
that.
a business in that.
So you could start a YouTube channel.
What about garage sale shopping?
There's a business in that. That's how we found
yard
so
sales.
many.
Imagine when I was little, I'm sure you did it too
We did because my mom had the antique store. We found treasures, Royal Dalton, antiques. Treasures.
I was talking.
We'd call it treasure hunting. Sorry.
I was talking to my brother's
my
kid,
thing.
and he was like talking about what business should I come up with, and I have this idea, and I said, you know what you could honestly do? You could go around to all these yard sales that are around your neighborhood, even just ride your bike to the yard sale and buy these small things and list them on eBay, or go to your neighbors and ask them if they have anything that they want you to list, and you'll split it with them.
Yeah, that's good.
Do you have anything you're trying to get rid of, and I'll split it with you, and I'll list it for you for sale, and I'll handle the sale.
I'll
and
do
ship
the
it and
marketing.
everything.
Yeah,
and then
that
you
works.
split it with them. Split the money with them. I mean, that's so easy to do. And as a family, could you imagine doing that? And as a side job, you could actually make a ton of money at it. And now with all the tools that they have,
my mom would make. Well, not my mom. She always included us. We would make thousands of dollars because my brother was so good at investigating, and we'd have the books. Now, he was a bookworm, and he would learn everything about the most precious antiques, and we would find them at these estate sales and the antique sale. And we would go to auctions, and we would go to the yard sales. Yes, that is a business. And now you can share the whole story of it on social media. The days of the influencer are dead. I was so fortunate to be on Instagram and all the other platforms in the infant stages, and it was about the influencer, but now it's about what goes on behind the scenes. They want to know how you built the podcast, how you built the business.
And if you're doing it with your family, could you imagine if you're bringing the whole family with you? They want to see the receipts.
They want to see you have the bad day where you only made 37 cents or, hopefully not that, but they want to see the bad days, and they want to see the wins, and they want to cheer you on.
I saw this guy was doing this. He was it was one of those single pictures on Instagram, where this guy shows this guy with this Mike Tyson game, and said he was searching through garage sales and he found this Mike Tyson game. I suppose he's super rare because they had taken Mike Tyson off the cover, and but on this version he was on the cover. It was like very rare, and it was worth like, I don't know, $30,000 or something. He bought it for like $3. It's like, those are the wins that you want to have with your family. Could you imagine when your family's all standing there in a video and you're showing them buying it, and you're buying it at this garage sale?
Exciting. And everybody's included. And also, I don't know, but I mean, the why. This is just the thing that you want to write down, the why, not just the what.
And
but the why. Why are we doing this together? Why? You got to tell your family why you're building. Let them feel the purpose. And that's the thing. I think that's what we were so passionate about, is because we all feel the purpose and we all are included, and we're all bringing our creativity and the ideas, and we're all a part of it. So we're a part of the work, and the work at that point becomes fun. It's not like, oh, someone's missing and then we'll see them, I guess, sometime tonight. And stop following the solo hustlers. If you have those solo friends, I'm sorry, you got to start, and this is hard. You need to have the boundaries in place. If you have that negative friend, that person that just picks apart everything, because you have to, in this community, you have to dream big, because it's not that it's impossible. It's that not a lot of people have been doing it. So we're kind of recreating what they were doing 100 years ago, or hundreds of years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago. We're recreating that. So a lot of people don't see that vision, and some people really don't want to see you win. The truth is, some people don't want to see you win. Our community wants to see you win, and I know for sure that your spouse wants to see you win, because when they got together with you, they knew that you weren't the full picture, but they saw the potential that you had. And the men, you saw the potential your wife had. And I feel like that's what some of these CEOs, they get bored. It's like, oh, my wife was this and that before.
They end up at a Coldplay concert.
Yeah. And then it's like, well, you're supposed to be mentor. And I love this, but I wish that more women were honest, even influencers or women that have started businesses. It's the boss babe. She's killing it. And then we find out a little later, and this is so interesting, isn't it, folks, that her husband was behind the scenes mentoring her the whole time, telling her exactly how, and this isn't everyone, I'm not coming at anybody, but it's like we can all be a part of this thing. We can all be a part of this thing.
That's a good thing. They're just running it how they want to run it, but
right.
They're still doing it together.
They're still doing it together. And sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes the guy's like, I really don't want to be on camera.
He doesn't want to be on camera.
I don't even want them to know that I exist.
Maybe he shouldn't be on camera. Maybe he's too ugly to be on camera.
Stop. No, everybody's beautiful. God made everybody beautiful and in his image. But and then there's the weekly check-ins. I know we talk about this all the time, but ask your spouse questions. And here's one question. Do you feel like we're building this thing together? And then listen to what they say. If they don't, then that means it's time for a pivot. It's time for you to do things differently. And just listen to her. Please don't get triggered. And vice versa. Listen to him. Don't get triggered. Let them spill their heart out, whatever it is. And spill it out in a kind way. Don't be impulsive. Think about what you're going to say. Be calculated. Not like calculated, but you know what I mean? Like just be smart and wise with the way that you're speaking. Be loving. I know that we have a lot of hurts and sometimes we're emotional. Be very intentional and loving, and just let them know that it's coming from the heart both ways. It has to be, because that's communication and the negotiations that come up after that. And just welcome them with a warm, open heart.
Let me tell you this, guys. Nobody is going to be more for you and your business than your spouse 100%. And your family. Because when you could have a partner who could be stealing from you, could be doing, could be not have his best intentions,
and sometimes
not be working hard.
Spouse is like a radar. They knew it before. I hear this all the time in our community, is that I knew that was going to happen and he didn't listen to me. Well, you know that God picks your spouse. Like, that's your helper, not your slave, but your helper. And of course, I prefer doing a lot of things around the house, but I do need some help. But I do have this incredible radar. I feel a lot of women do. They're great people readers and they're great communicators and they're great sales. They're great at sales and marketing and all of the above. So
they're going to have, the different women are going to have their different strong points and different things that they bring to the table. And men are going to have their different things that they bring to the table. Mm-hmm. Honestly, you're a better negotiator than I am. I'm kind of just like, okay, yeah, that works for me. Let's go. And you'll grind them down till there's nothing left.
Stop! It's not even till that.
They're like, please, man, can you get your wife off me, please?
Just have it. Just take it. It's
please.
Free. No, that's not how it is.
Yeah, it kind of is. But it's so it's like, this is, if we guys are on the same team, there's nobody who's going to work harder for you when you're not looking.
Yeah,
and there's nobody,
true.
And this person,
and it's
they're not
going
to steal from
Remember,
you. They're going to be
your legacy.
For you. And it is a legacy.
Yeah, it's your legacy. And you need to be able to feel okay. God forbid something happens to you and your family has no clue. They don't know what to do. So are they going to just lose all the money? Do they know what to do? Do they know how to run the business? If they don't, you're in big trouble. If they don't know what kind of investments they need to be making. Like, these are things you got to think about today. I mean, it's not so far off. Things happen, tragedies happen, and we see it all the time. And it's just
and if
something
like that were to happen, they're going to be versed in exactly what they need to do
exactly
to keep this family business
to keep
going.
This thing going,
and you should be mindful of that
to keep your legacy going. That so and so was the original founder, and because it's a family business, that person doesn't fall off and get replaced. Their family is still creating and still building. And then those children, they're going to be the ones that take over. So it's really a beautiful thing if you can pull it off. And listen, you can pivot today. You can choose real success, the kind that your children feel and that your spouse trusts. And we're here to help. This podcast is about building together. It's about protecting your vision, your marriage, and your children. This is why we're here. And I feel this is why we've fallen into this space to build this community. And we're just so excited and we feel so blessed. And we're so excited for the things that you guys are going to be doing and things that you guys have woken up to. And I feel like, are we wrapping up, or do you have something else to add?
I was just going to say that if people have questions about some of this, a lot of people are messaging us on Instagram.
I think we have a link for
on our entrepreneur Pretty and Punk.
We're going to link it in the show notes.
Pretty and
Our
Punk
producers are good at that,
page.
So we'll link it.
I would say, originally our podcast was called the Pretty and Punk Podcast. So our Pretty and Punk Podcast page, a lot of people message us there about questions that they have. So if you have any questions and you want to send them there, that's
and if you want to be a part of the community, I think that we have this little link because it's a small community and it's very specifically curated because we all have the same vision and we all have the same goals in mind. And I just feel that it's a place that people have been looking for. So if you're looking to be included in that, we'll have our producers put the link at the bottom. And if this is the message that you needed, chances are it's the same message that someone else needs. So take a screenshot of the episode, send it to your friend, share it to your stories, tag us. And if you have some business, and this is a crazy thing, I know so many times when we find families online, or our producers or our team, they find families and they share their business and they message us saying, thank you so much for sharing, because they don't have that kind of support. It's weird because people don't, I feel like people get, I don't know if it's jealousy or they just don't want to push other people. Well, we want to push other people. We want to share other people. So if you have something great going on, tag us on Instagram and we will definitely share what you have going on. Whatever it is, if you're an influencer, if you're starting a business, we want to put you in the spotlight.
Yeah,
we have
we're happy
millions
for
of
your
people
success.
coming monthly to visit our page. We'd be so happy to share you. Like, just
When you've had success,
for it.
you want other people to be at the top of that mountain with you.
Yeah.
Success is a very lonely.
But not even that. But when you've been through hard things, you're the one with the survival manual. And that's a thing for you guys to remember. When you've been through hard things too, you have the survival manual, and we can, as a community, share those lessons. I don't want to say failures or whatever, tragedies. They're lessons, and they're very valuable to other people.
Did we talk about leaving with some sort of challenge or something? So just
I don't know. Did you write down a challenge,
yeah,
then
I was gonna
share
say,
it?
Well, yeah, I think originally the idea of what we said is, that we should come together as a family and just work on this. Try it for a week or two. Just sit down with your family and talk about their dreams and their goals together. You know, like maybe it's
Have a mission
saving money for a
statement.
vacation, or maybe it's somebody who's, maybe your kid's really into baseball and you have an idea for, making a training video for hitting, or, whatever it is. There's a million ideas out there. But, just brainstorm ideas with your family, because really the truth is, the fun part about it is, the part you will remember is the climb. You won't remember when you're standing at the top of the mountain. Trust me, I've been there. And that's not the fun part.
Yeah, your
the
kids
part
won't
you will
remember.
talk about with everybody, and you've heard some of the stories both of us have had on this channel, is the part that you will remember is climbing there with your family and creating things with your family. That's what you'll remember. So sitting there talking about brainstorming ideas and creating that stuff together as a family, that's what you're going to remember. So have fun doing that.
And you want it to be a
Just try
business
it.
that everybody's involved in, not really like a solo and here, go off and do your own thing. I think the challenge here is creating something as a family where you all have a purpose, you all have inclusion, and it's just something that you're building together. And share it with us. We'd love to hear it. What is it? What are you guys making? Are you guys making a special cereal? Are you guys making a special product that's, you found a flaw in something and you want to invent something else? I love speaking with the community and hearing all the different ideas. So make
Look
sure
for
you
things you
share
can
it with
fix.
us so we can share it too. We love you guys. God bless you, and have a powerful and electric and blessed week.
Thank you guys. And we'll see you guys next
See
week.
you soon. Bye.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening to this episode of the Entrepreneur Parents Pretty and Punk podcast. We really hope you had a great time from this episode, and we really hope you learned something. And just remember, build with your family. They're the most important people in your life. God bless. We love you. I hope you enjoyed the Entrepreneur Parents Pretty and Punk podcast. So glad you joined us here today. You see how important this is to do this with your family? They're gonna love you for it. Well, see you guys next week, and make sure to subscribe.